Time right now for a bigger picture with Dr. Dan from Sioux Falls Hypnosis. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello again. How are you?
Very good. Always good to have you in here. Today we're going to talk about a subject that might be kind of a touchy subject for some folks, because we're going to talk about you can't learn things that you don't want to learn, I think is what we're going to talk about.
We're getting there.
Something along those lines. And I think this is one of those things where it might hit a little close to home for some people.
I hope so.
But you know, we're doing this out of a place of love because we want to help you. So if you hear this, if your first instinct is to kind of clinch up and go, you know, then that's not what I do.
That's right.
Maybe it's what you do.
That's just a good guideline for all of us to follow all the time.
Please do me a favor and continue to listen all the way to the end, because by the time you're done, you're going to like Dr. Dan as much as I do. So first, we're going to let you make some people mad, I guess.
There you go. So the idea that I had, what I had forwarded to you before the mics come on, is the idea that your ability to learn something against your will is the nature of your relationship to reality and other people.
And there are times where people are not open to learning something.
Right. We say it's a catch-22, because all real learning, all real significant, important learning that you get in this life, you get against your will.
Yeah.
If you think about that for a second.
Because you didn't learn it if you already knew it.
Right. If you already knew it, you didn't learn anything. And if and the things that change us, the things we take in that actually alter us and who we are and our trajectory in this life are things that came to us against our will. Yeah. We didn't know they were there. We didn't welcome them in, and we didn't ask for them.
Yeah.
And so this idea of being able to learn something against your will, having the ability to have something come from another person or from the world, and a bit of feedback, a bit of information about you that you don't like and doesn't feel good, your ability to take that in and give it space and sit with it and allow and actually accept it and take it in with gratefulness and allow it to change you. This is the secret to life.
Yeah.
The ability to comfortably do that. If you it's one of those things, if someone were to ask me, what's happiness? Happiness is largely the ability to do that, I think.
Yeah, I would agree.
And if you cannot do that, you can't deal with reality itself. Which what that means is that you're kind of moving through the world only believing what you want to believe, only thinking what you want to think, only valuing what you want to value, only feeling what you want to feel, and essentially sort of deeming everything else as wrong or dangerous. And that's where you stay.
Yeah.
And again, not the worst thing in the world, but life's supposed to be about change. It's supposed to be about growth. It's supposed to be about becoming, and you're robbing yourself of all that.
Especially if you claim that you want to learn, but then you're not open to learning anything.
You know, one of the interesting things when people come to my office is everybody wants, they've got these things they want to change. And one of the things that they very quickly find out is the fact that they can say they want to change something, but there's a part of them that's not quite all on board with that.
No,
and that's an amazing moment, because that's the moment where you have to start to make a decision as to who you're going to be and how you're going to be in the world. Yeah. Am I going to take this in? Am I going to take feedback? Am I going to alter the way I am in the world?
Yeah.
Or am I going to refuse to think anything I don't already think, which is, I got to be honest, what most people are moving through the world doing.
Yeah.
Which is why all of us have these experiences of being stuck. Why does this keep happening to me? Why I'm stuck at this? Oh, it's happening to me again. All of my relationships are alike. Every job I have, it works out the same way. Well, that's because you're not taking in any feedback. Nothing's, kind of landing and you're not learning and changing.
Yeah.
You're simply doing the same things in the same way all the time and thinking you're right when you're doing it. And if you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got.
And sometimes this can be an uncomfortable, and I shouldn't say sometimes, it's probably always an uncomfortable, but sometimes it can be an awkward process as well. There is a famous clip that's gone viral. It's from a movie or a TV show. I don't even know. But Jeff Daniels is the person who's saying these lines. And he's, I think, in this program running for office maybe. And they were talking about, this young lady said, why is America the greatest country on earth? Have you seen this clip before?
Yes, I have.
And, he kind of looks at somebody and then he finally says, it's not. And the whole room goes silent. And he's like, we only lead the world in number of people incarcerated and people who believe in angels. And
it's a wonderful section.
Yeah, he goes on this tirade about all the things that are wrong with America. And in this movie or TV show, I don't even know what the show is, but I've seen the clip a bunch of times. It's a guy who's running for office in this country. And I remember watching that, and it was so uncomfortable, and it was so awkward. But by the time it was done, you go, oh, hey, yeah, I see. And he's like, but we used to be. We used to. And he came full circle. And I remember, this clip is probably at least 10 years old.
At least 10, yeah.
And I remember watching that and thinking, not to get political, but I'm like, this is what every politician should be doing. Because, instead of just getting out and going, rah, 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 they should be saying, no, that's wrong, but here's what we need to do to make that right. And I just, again, very much goes along with when he first said, we're not. You could hear a pin drop in that room, and everybody pulled out phones to start recording their little viral moment, And again, that's just a TV show or movie that the clip came from, but in reality, that's exactly what. But
what you're talking about, that's how all real learning happens.
Yeah,
that's just exactly what we're talking about. Is you have to begin by being able to take in feedback, uncomfortable feedback, because again, all real important learning that we get in this life comes to us against our will. And to be able to do that, to have a strategy, to have a process where you can understand what's happening to you and be able to take something in and give it space and practice it. Yeah. And this is one of the things that all of us need the ability to do. And again, this is one of the things we do at Sioux Falls Hypnosis, is help people develop a strategy where they can learn easily and comfortably, and where they can become something, and they can learn and change and become different, and they don't have these experiences of being stuck or locked into an experience that's just repeating itself over and over and over again.
And sometimes we need to just get out of our own way. And
sometimes we need help to get out of our own.
And I think that utilizing hypnosis can help us do that, because there are things that we do that we don't even realize we're doing these things. We don't even realize that we're, stopping ourselves from being successful. And I think that utilizing hypnosis can help you get to a place where that is I'm not going to say it's simple, but it's a lot easier. And again, I don't believe it's a magic wand, and I don't want people to think that I'm saying that. And I think you would probably say the same thing. But it is certainly, there's something there that can help a lot of people. And
hypnosis is a great way to learn.
It is.
It's a great way to learn how to learn.
And if somebody listening is saying, "Hey, I could use some help with this," maybe they're trying to quit smoking, maybe they're trying to, lose weight, maybe they're trying to find a way to remove some of the stress from their life because they're just fed up with, trying to keep up with all the things they're trying to keep up with. If they would like to take that first step, what is the process like?
You can find us on the internet at SiouxFallsHypnosis.com. You can reach us directly at 605-702-6691.
Very nice. Again, SiouxFallsHypnosis.com. If you caught the tail end of this and you're going, boy, I sure wish I heard the beginning of that, you can find it kind of on demand at your fingertips at SiouxFallsPodcast.com.